Check it out. Welcome everybody to an all new Downright Sports Special, the WNBA preview playoff show. When you see this, the playoffs will probably get ready to start because it starts September 11th. The season ends on September 8th. Giving them a day, 2 days, 3 days, 2 days to get ready. Anyway, never did a special show just for the WNBA unless it was to talk about getting them more money or find a way to advertise the show. But let's recap the season that was and this past year. The Mystics last year lost in the finals, was swept by the Storm. Well, this year they came back with a vengeance, winning the league, being the number 1 seed throughout the whole league. Last year they were the number 3 seed, winning 22 games and losing 12. Well, this year they added 2 more wins to their record, putting them as the number 1 seed, followed by the Connecticut Sun, and then the Los Angeles Sparks as the number 3 seed. The Mercury last year, who were the number 5 seed, lost Diana Taurasi for the year. She just chose not to play this season. Money. So they actually fell to the number 8 seed, despite the fact having 2 players in the top 5 in scoring, and Brittany Griner, who leads the entire league, and Dewana Biner, who is 5th in the league in scoring at 17 points a game. It still shows you how important Diana Taurasi is to this league and why the WNBA needs to back up that money truck and embrace the players. Elena Deladon, Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore. They're missing 2 players, and it's not even due to injury. Like 2 key players. That'd be like the NBA missing LeBron and Ben Simmons. You get my point? So this past year, right now, the MVP race is going to basically come down to Elena Deladon and Brittany Griner. Elena may get the edge because her team is the number 1 seed, but I may give it to Brittany because if I took a look at Brittany's numbers from the past few years, and she's never averaged 20 points. Her career average is 16. So missing her vet, missing her leader, missing the all-time lead scorer in WNBA history, Brittany took it up a notch and put the team on her back and ensured that the team at least made the playoffs, despite the fact the team only winning 15 games of being 2 games under 500. She still put the team in a position to be better than the next worst team. We'll touch on the playoff stuff in a second, but yeah, I think Brittany's probably going to get her first MVP award, and it could be the first of many, and this should tell her that she has the potential of being the face of the league if she can just tone down the outside the court stuff. Anyway, when we come back, we're going to talk about the playoffs, how it breaks down, and who I think is going to win. Downright Sports. All right, WNBA playoffs kicks off September 11th, and it's broken down as such. The first round and the second round are single game eliminations, a lot like the NFL. You lose, you go home. The first round is the 8 seed versus the 5 seed, the 7 seed versus the 6 seed. The 1 and 2 seeds get 2 byes, so they won't play until the semifinals. Pretty awesome. The NBA should kind of adopt this. That 7-game series crap is just ridiculous and annoying. But in the 2nd seed, the winners of the 1st seed will face the 3 seeds and the 4 seeds, which happen to be the 3 seed is the Los Angeles Sparks, and the 4th seed is the Las Vegas Aces. The 8th seed will take on the 5th seed, which is the Mercury, and they're going to take on the Chicago Sky. These two have faced each other before in the 2014 finals, where the Mercury won, but Elena Deladon was on that Sky team, and Diana Taurasi was playing for the Mercury. Neither will be playing in either game, as Deladon is with the Washington Mystics and Diana Taurasi is taking a break from the Mercury. I'm not going to break down who did what and blah, 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 but I pretty much got it set like this. You look at how these teams are broken down. I think Brittany Griner will lead the Mercury past the Sky. They're going to face a better Sparks team that will have Candace and her crew, and they're going to probably end up beating the Mercury. I think you're looking at the potential for the Las Vegas Aces to take on the Washington Mystics, and the Mystics can finally win a championship for the city of Washington to go along with the Capitals, being two teams that people don't pay attention to winning, unlike the Redskins and the Wizards and the Nationals, teams that everybody loves and they suck. But the Ace got one heck of a crew. Those ladies are stacked. They play well as a unit, and so does the Mystics. And this is the year the Mystics go back to the finals and they win one finally. I really like the Aces vibe and follow them a lot on Twitter. Liz Claiborne and those ladies are phenomenal in what they can and can't do on and off the court. They average 81 points a game, which is above the league average, which is 78. If you look at the Mystics, the number one seed, the Mystics average 90 points a game. So you're looking at you can see two of the best offenses in the WNBA go head to head. Elena Delle Donne, you can see her take on AJ Watt Wilson, Liz Claiborne, McBride. These ladies can put the ball in the basket. These two teams probably have the most balance as far as scoring is concerned for the entire team. If you even look for the three-pointers, Washington averages about 37% from the three-point line. The Aces, 36 from the three-point line. It's the Ace and it's Washington's year. They're going to win. With that being said, Washington, so let's shape it up like this so we can finish it up. Washington will probably end up beating the Mercury. I think the Mercury can make it to the semifinals. They got enough to do it, but they're going to lose. I have the Storm. I had the Storm are missing too much. They're missing Sue Bird. They're missing, I can't think of her name right now. She played at UConn also. Crap, what's her name? I'm missing a piece of paper I wrote down. Oh, Brianna Stewart. They're missing her also. She tore her Achilles, so she's out. I think the Lynx got enough to get past them, but then the Lynx will end up losing to the Aces, and I think the Mercury will end up losing to the Spark. I think the Mercury can beat the Spark. But both teams will end up losing. The Suns, Connecticut's number 2 team, will end up losing, and they're going to lose to the Aces, and that's going to pretty much do it. And then we'll have Washington and Vegas for the championship, like we did in hockey a few years ago. Am I wrong? I am wrong. I'm right. I don't remember. Don't worry about it. We don't do hockey. Anyway, thank you all for watching. The show went on a little longer than I needed to, but check out my other show, I'm Just Talking, the podcast. You can now catch it on Tuesdays and Sundays. Listen to it on Apple Podcasts and Google Play and SoundCloud. Leave a message and subscribe. And then the Downright Sports Show is always on Wednesdays. You can always catch it on Wednesday or anytime you want, because internet TV, you're able to do that with. And thank you all for tuning in. The theme music from today's show came from Uncle Buddha. So much obliged, much appreciated. Deuces.